and welcome to the Rainbow Six Pro League, the #1 place for competitive Rainbow Six Esports on the Xbox One. I am your host again, Jonathan Johnny Ross. Johnny Streams Ross. I forgot my own dang Twitch username. We are back here on Friday Night Live. Stream number 2 for the night will host Alphashot versus Intoxicated Esports. I believe this is the first time we are seeing Intoxicated on stream. I'm going to embarrass myself if I say that, and it's wrong. However, we have had Alphashot on here before. We will see what these teams can do to each other. We will be going back to Border. Second time we've seen this map tonight. And yes, I was correct. We have not seen Intoxicated yet on stream so far, so they will get their first shot at fame as they are just waiting on their final player to join up. The result earlier in the night was a 6-2 victory on the side of Talon Esports, beating the Brotherhood in what was a very defensive-sided map, especially for Border. A lot of defense, only one attacking round being won, and that was the one round that clutched out the victory for Talon Esports. So we'll see what kind of strats these teams come at each other with, and whether this will be again a defensive-sided map or not. We have had a lot of defensive-sided play so far this season, with Border being played very defensively tonight, and earlier in the season having Villa played, obviously, as we are just losing players left and right. All right, what's going on? Oh boy. As soon as I start the stream, everyone starts leaving. You want it played or not? You want it streamed or not? All right, well, those snaps back. Well, they've got until... They've got another 12 minutes, but I do not want to be waiting another 12 minutes. You're right, it's back, although he's... Yeah. So we are still waiting for the final member of Intoxicated. Again, this is the second stream of the night. We are working on potentially getting some clips. There's Cloud9. The German version of Cloud9 will finally join up, and we will hop onto Border. Second time we've played it tonight. And we'll see what kind of bans these teams have. Banning first, I believe, will be Alphashot. There are the lineups once again. They are profound in their first ban. They will take out the Ying. Ying, very powerful in a coordinated push on multiple sites on this map, so that's a very good ban. Knowing exactly who they want to ban is Intoxicated. They will take out Blitz. Yep. Don't suspect we're going to see any Blitz play at all this season. Clash being banned. Don't expect to see her played a lot. That's the second time tonight she's been banned. And we'll see who the final ban from Alphashot is. Mira. Yep. So literally the only ban that is different is the Ying from the game earlier. Whoa. From the game earlier tonight is the Ying being banned instead of the Blackbeard. So we'll be able to see some toxic Blackbeard play likely on this first attack. We'll see if anyone from Intoxicated feels comfortable enough to abuse that spot on the ventilation units. Not so far unless Juicy's pulls one out of his back pocket or a 6th pick comes out. Maverick actually will come out, having a Maverick and Thatcher. At this point, I mean, kind of counterintuitive, although if you use the Thatcher purely as a disabler of Jaeger ADSs, Meister Cams, Echo Drones, and Legion Mines, although the Legion will be switched off to a Pulse. And Juicy's actually going to swap onto an IQ after seeing that's a good 6th pick after seeing how much plant denial there is with the Echo, the Jaeger, the Maestro, likely the Pulse from below, although fairly easy to flush him out if you're going for a basic A plant. We'll see how this heavy plant denial is countered by Intoxicated all the way upstairs. The Armory Locker site, I don't think there's been a single team in the history of ever who has decided to not go to this site first. The premier site on border. And so far I'm not seeing anything super different from the defenders as far as strategies. They're setting it up kind of like they have a Mira, even though they obviously do not have one as she is banned. So we'll see what the attackers do with this. Looks like they will be going for a heavy CCTV push as the Jaeger. Cloud9 sticking his drone in that room. Ooh, a nice drone spot there from the Zofia, spotting the Jaeger there temporarily as Ploxy goes for some late reinforcements. The attackers really spending a lot of time on drones so far. Might see a very quacked style attack where drone out the first 45 seconds to minute, and then you just rush the site essentially. So Vintage Knight, he will be placing down that thermite charge. No wall denial in the form of a bandit or mute. Just suiciding his drone was the Thatcher, as Ploxy will fall off of his angle just in time to miss the head of an attacker as they rotate inside of security. Pre-tax with a Nitro, unable to connect. It will only take a little bit of the Zofia's health off as she will rotate all the way back downstairs. Some more droning being done, trying to play angles, and some nice shots there from Vintage will take out Riot. That is the Maestro off the board, so one anti-plan operator goes down, and we might see a potential rush as Affiliates and Cloud9 start to approach this door aggressively. One smoke bolt from the Capitao, and the IQ trying to spot the Echo drone out, and Curious doing a nice job taking out the Doc. That is the Thatcher being downed by Ploxy. However, the attackers far into sight in the form of Vintage, although on low health, is able to get the diffuser down. Cloud9 will be able to be picked back up as Juicy's holds any potential flank angle relevant. Still, Curious will take out Pretext. Affiliates takes out Ploxy, all down to the Echo. Playing off site, playing a long angle. Nice job. Good shot there onto Vintage. Here's one at the sandwich window. We'll rip a few shots at the Ella, or at the Zofia, and we'll down the Zofia, actually. The Zofia, however, will use her strength to get back up. Juicy's with a nice angle from the main hallway onto Relevant, and that will lock that out for Intoxicated. Very good round played by them. Just a very basic standard attack onto a basic standard defense will win pretty much every time. Scorecard after the first round, Relevant with the only kill. Almost a perfect round from Intoxicated. Doing a very job at sweeping up that upstairs defense, and it looks like going back upstairs will be Alphashot. Going to try that again. They're going to switch it up a little bit, though. This time they will bring a Bandit for maybe a potential Bandit trick of that main wall. Although with an Ashe and a Zofia, likely not, and a Monty, you're likely not going to be able to do a whole lot of Bandit tricking. Relevant will stay on the Echo for plant denial. Pre-tax was on the smoke. He's going to switch back to the Legion. Affiliates is going to switch to the Blackbeard. There's the Toxic Blackbeard play. Likely from that ventilation unit. Oh, Snap will be playing a Vigil this time. All right, still on the Maestro. Taken out early on what was very risky, all around just not great rotate from him. Being taken out early by the Thermite. Unable to use his plant denial at all. We'll see if he can do any better this round as far as staying alive goes, so that he can use those Evil Eyes to their full capacity. Defenders, once again, very standard setup. It looks like they've gone for the same exact setup, actually. Yeah, they're going for the same exact thing, with the exception of bringing along a Bandit. Some Bandit wires on that main wall eventually, maybe. Riot's going to play that same position that he was killed from last time. We'll see if that ends up being a smart decision or not. And obviously, bringing out Snap on the roam. Looks like he might try and get an early kill with the MJ Charm and the Mouse Sports weapon skin. See if he's droned out. Playing down in the position he's playing, there's kind of an east stairs take, actually. Juicy's is just going to run right across. A little risky. Curious opens up a wall for him. Not a very droned out place that Snap is in, and likely will not be found out. He's likely going to go for a flank onto the east stairs. Actually might be coming up main. He's going to go down the main hallway for an east stairs flank. The Echo of Relevant already losing some health, as Juicy's will be pushing him. Juicy's will be stunned by the Echo drone. The Echo drone is seen without an IQ this time, actually, as the Zofia losing a lot of health. However, trading some with the Echo, Vintage will take out Relevant, so that is the Echo gone. Both rounds so far, a plant denier taken out early. A backside offices attack, this time as Snap able to finish off Curious. Good angle there from Snap. He's trying to get this vault right to avoid the Claymore. Does it correctly, however, that angle being watched by Cloud9 and Affiliates. Playing on the ventilation shaft will take out Ploxy. What'd I tell ya? Covering a B-site push. Very good attack strategy here. Not generally something that happens as the plant going down from Vintage. Cloud9 being taken out by Pre-tax. A nice angle being opened up there by the Legion. The Legion trying to take out the Thermite with his pistol. Unable to. Juicy's getting a nice angle as Riot will actually one-tap Vintage Knight. Vintage maybe being downed. And Riot's going to try and hop out. Playing angles, being detected, giving away his position. Not great, however. He's got 54 bullets. A nice shot onto Juicy's. It's a 1v1. His position is found. However, he knows the Blackbeard's position as well, and trying to headshot a Blackbeard is impossible. Affiliates will take out Riot, and that will be, once again, Intoxicated. Bringing home around. That one played a little bit closer, or significantly closer, sorry, by the defenders. However, obviously whittling it down to only one attacker. However, very, very good attack there, and very different from Intoxicated. If that works once for teams, if the A wall push works once for teams, generally it will work twice for them, so they go for it again. But changing up the strategy, kind of throwing Alphashot off guard, did a good job there. Doing a good job there was Intoxicated, winning out another round. We're going to see fairly similar lineup as going down to the ventilation room now. Is Alphashot deciding that didn't quite work out for him. Juicy's is going to switch from the Ashe back onto the IQ, and Affiliates will be taking a Capitao this time. Good job, good good operator choices here from Intoxicated, knowing that they didn't quite need a Blackbeard for the first attack as they were just pushing the A wall. They needed one for the second attack as they were pushing the B site, so obviously you just sit a Blackbeard on the B window. Kind of a little bit overpowered. Or at least very powerful. Not overpowered, just a very powerful position for the Blackbeard. See what kind of site defense comes out from Alphashot, as they might be going for a similar strategy of not reinforcing A at all. And just focusing reinforcements on entry walls and the upstairs. Well, Pretax and Cloxy will use some. They're not actually going to use any walls upstairs either, unless, yeah, Riot will go for some late reinforcements. So they're going to use 4 walls downstairs. Well, 4 walls on site, 2 walls off downstairs. And use a couple upstairs to try and play this vertically. Vintage's team being up 2 points right now. They score 2-0. Attempting now to attack a different site. This might work in the attacker's favor because they don't... Alphashot doesn't really know what kind of strategy that the attack that Intoxicated will have for this. So giving Intoxicated the chance to pull something new on you might not be the greatest strategy. However, going to a new defensive site as opposed to the one that hasn't really been working for you might be a better idea. Juicy's peeking the wrong way. Just seeing the Maestro behind the half wall. The Maestro will take him out. Juicy's will be finished off by Riot. However, the Thermite ripping into him. Capitao gets downed. A nice job there, but that was the Maestro again. Riot tearing it up, however, on very low health. Snap finishes off Curious with a knife from behind. What's happening? Snap just moved into the main hallway behind the Zofia. Was able to take her out with an easy knife. Affiliates will be picked right back up by Vintage. Cloud9, a nearby support, so almost full top control. Riot will be reset. Almost full top control, I say, because Snap still on the main hallway, playing it from east stairs. Not a whole lot he can do there. The Maestro Cam will be Thatchered out, saving some lives. Vintage taking a nice angle onto Riot. Riot obviously unable. A nice shot there from Cloud9. Cloud9 taking out Snap. Snap just... Or sorry, no, taking out the Maestro of Riot. I forgot who was playing the Maestro. Maestro just unable to really secure his rotations. The Jaeger being ripped into from above from Cloud9. It's just the site being droned out. Thermite charge being used on the floor from Vintage. It opens up a whole lot of the bathroom, and Relevant on the flank will take out Cloud9 and Affiliates. It's all down to the Thermite. Relevant with a 3K, taking out Vintage, locking out the first round for Alphashot. What a flank there from Relevant, completely unexpected, as once the roam game of Snap on the Vigil was taken out, they assumed that no one else was going to rotate back upstairs, but Relevant just walks his way up those main stairs, is able to take out 2 people playing inside of Armory, and from there waits on the Thermite of Vintage to try and run back to him. Vintage caught completely off guard, and Relevant will win that round for his team. Very good late rotation from him. Relevant will be switching back onto the Echo, and heading back upstairs is Alphashot. After winning that site, they just really don't want to go to the other sites. Obviously, Bathroom Tower is not a terrific option. And custom site is, in my opinion, a pretty good site. It's just very, very vertically. You can play it very well vertically, and you can play it very well horizontally. It's not one of those sites that's kind of like one or the other. So just how much you have to split up the defense between defending against horizontal attacks and defending against vertical attacks is difficult. It's a very difficult site to hold, but if you can get it down, it's not a bad site. Alphashot will elect to go back upstairs, though, sticking with comfortability. Jake Paul Merch will be dropped by Pretex, and that will use a little bit of the setup time from his team. However, seemingly knowing exactly what they're doing, as they've done the exact same thing every single round as far as defense goes. Snap will be roaming again. It didn't really work the first 2 rounds for his team. Worked that time, or the third time, sorry, being able to cause enough of a distraction to waste a lot of time with the attackers and taking out one of the attackers. Snap potentially going for a run out, sitting in that same spot. He didn't get droned out there last time, so it stands to reason that he will not get droned out from that position this time, as Intoxicated doesn't really have that time to drone out every single position. Snap waiting for a rappel up, actually. This is a good choice. He's got a drone kind of near him. That's above him. Might have been hearing the drone of Vintage directly above him. The IQ has already lost a little bit of health from that main hallway, as Cloud9 opening up doors, and we are going for a nice shot there by Curious, taking out Ploxy playing on those east stairs. We're going to go for an A wall push. Once again, Vintage will pop that open. Cloud9 not really needed right there, and the Maestro being thrown out again. We'll see if he can stay alive to it while attempting to rotate. This time he is able to, getting out the necessary pre-fires, and he will move back inside of desk. Minute 30 on the clock for the attackers, waiting for the kind of basic push. However, ACOGs and Curious will take out Snap. Curious losing a lot of his health, but doing a nice job being able to roam clear almost all alone, maybe with the exception of a little help from drones. Riot peeking that wide will be able to take out Vintage. However, will be refragged onto by Affiliates. Sophia with no helps, or with no health and no ability to help playing downstairs. Backing out a little bit now are the attackers, and Affiliates with a nice one tap, as Cloud9 pulling some magic hands and juicies will just get the last kill onto Pretex before the defuse can go down. Nice kill there by him, and a good attack onto the Armory Locker's site by Intoxicated. Intoxicated, they seem to have the attack of that site down. However, going right back up to it is Alphashot. If I'm Alphashot, I go to a different site at this point. You know that there's 2 main strategies for attacking this site that you've seen so far, at least from Intoxicated, but they've worked. They've worked every single time that you've tried to go up there. It might be time to try the customs site. I believe it's custom storage. Maybe pull something really weird. Try a bathroom tellers. I know they're comfortable on the Armory Lockers site, but it's not really. It hasn't been working out for them at all. See, this is what we're used to seeing from Border, by the way. We're used to seeing a whose strat is better, as opposed to a completely defensive-sided map, as we saw earlier in the night. This is the Border we're used to seeing. Intoxicated, obviously, having some very strong attacking strats, and while these aren't terrible defensive strats from the defenders of Alphashot, they're just very basic and easily countered by Intoxicated.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers
So we'll see
to defuse the bomb.
which attack strategy these Intoxicated members will come up with this time. Ploxy with a run out. Maybe a potential spawn peek. Using that ACOG to his advantage. Unable to. We are just going to go for a very basic A-wall take. That's all that's been necessary so far from Intoxicated, so that's all they will have to do. We'll see if the defense has changed up at all. The Maestro still playing in his same position. He will go with a late shield placement, and he'll actually place it in a little bit of a different spot. He'll place it more towards the half wall as opposed to more towards the lockers. This will give him an easier rotate, not having to vault over the shield to get away from that angle. However, still able to play that angle and maybe able to play it better with that tiny little angle between the shield and the half wall. Valkyrie with some nice outside cams, being able to ping the defenders on the balcony. The attackers on the balcony. Attackers now looking for that. Ploxy with a nice pick onto Vintage. And Osnap losing some health. He just doesn't see the Thatcher of Cloud9 as Osnap and Pretext. Now here's a different strategy. We're seeing a much heavier roam game from the defenders, and so far it's working out in their favor. Pretext will throw a Nitro against the wall, almost killing himself. He will blow that Nitro and then will fall off, as well as Osnap. They will fall back upstairs, and Juicies will take out two with a nice kill onto Pretext and Osnap, catching them on the rotate back upstairs. So while doing a nice job on the roam game downstairs, as they are trying to rotate back upstairs, not watching the appropriate angles, Juicy's getting an easy double kill. Juicy's getting a third on Irrelevant. Juicy's pushing his way up into the bomb site. He is really feeling it this round. 3 straight kills. He will peek wide into the bomb site, taking off a nice headshot onto Riot. Juicy's with 4 so far. His team might be helping him try to get this ace real quick, as the attackers, nope, Curious will take Relevant's ace, unfortunately for him. Curious, oops. Maybe shouldn't have. There's a good shot. There's a good headshot onto the Echo. Maybe didn't want us to show that. That was a little bit of a potato onto the Echo. However, locking out the round for his team, stealing Juicy's ace, was Curious. And a 4-1 lead now for Intoxicated. That was a much better defense from Alphashot. The roam game there was very strong with the Pulse and the Bandit downstairs. And had they tried to employ that sooner, I think they would have, if they had employed that all 3 times that they went to that top floor site, or all 4 times that they went to that top floor site, I think they would have won 1 or 2 of them. They definitely would have won more than just 1 round, because that was a very good round. The only issue with that was the rotates back up by Osnap and Pretext, just not watching the appropriate angles. If they had done that heavy roam game first round, and then had corrected it second round, had corrected it the second round, been sure to hold the appropriate angles as they rotated back upstairs, they would have locked out the second round. Then they would have been able to go down, and they had a nice defense on the ventilation workshop site, netting them a second round. And even if they hadn't really had a great 4th and 5th rounds, they still would have been, it would have been a 3-2 score line instead of a 4-1 score line. So going upstairs is Intoxicated. We have seen this site 4 times. We are about to see it 5. We're going to see a fairly similar site set up. Vintage will, instead of opening up this wall right in the middle, he'll just be opening up the tops of these walls, prepping up for a smoke nade to be thrown through. Again, nothing super different as far as setups go from these defenders. We'll see what the attackers can do with it. No really heavy plant coverage from the attackers. They are going to bring a Buck instead of a Capitao or Blackbeard, and an Ash instead of an IQ. They're obviously going to go for a CCTV clear. Oh, Snap's already in the east stairs. Maybe some good drone work from his teammates. And he's smartly not going to take out the camera. He sees the camera isn't spotting him. He doesn't want to alert his position to the defenders. Snap moving slowly. He's taking shots at people he thinks he's seeing, even though he sees no one. Giving away his position. And ooh, a nice angle being opened there by the defenders. Does not allow a Snap to pop through without taking damage. Juicy's on a flank. Maybe not enough drone work by the attackers. There's one for Juicy's. He will take out two, downing the Ash. He's going to run outside and rotate back inside and will be downed. Trying to hop between those rotate holes. His teammates trying to Cloud9's, no, we don't want you alive. No. He's going to get the team kill onto Juicy's. As Riot was there for a potential kill onto the Jaeger. However, the Jaeger taken out by his teammate, Ploxy. Shooting at imaginary things, holding the downstairs. The Thatcher will take care of the bandit wires and the mute jammers. All the defenders just holding angles. However, Curious the noob. He's a noob, but he has a pro-level flank. The attackers just not droning out, not holding flanks well enough, just ripping some random shots almost. Hit one on two. I believe that what is the thermite of pre-tax. Cloud9 also on a potential roam clear. Affiliates and Vintage just holding down the site, waiting for these attackers to drone them out as pre-tax. And Riot actually sees Curious down that hallway. He is going to be taken out. Yep, Curious taken out by Riot. Good job there. Ploxy. We get a headshot as he just pushes into the bomb site onto Cloud9. However, Affiliates will refrag onto him. Affiliates still alive. Has the smoke of Vintage with him. A nice kill there by Affiliates onto pre-tax. All down to the Thatcher. Riot with 15 seconds to work with. No more EMP grenades left. Using his not using his Claymore, giving away his position to the smoke. He's going to peek inside, gets hit by a goo mine, and gets blasted in the face by Vintage Knight's shotgun. It's a nice skin, actually, that he has on that. That's a very nice skin. Vintage hearing the goo mine, getting the call from his teammates that a goo mine was there. Holding a good angle, blasting away the Thatcher. 5-1. Intoxicated Esports with the lead. Intoxicated just needing to lock out one more defensive site. They will go downstairs to the ventilation workshop site. We'll see what kind of hold they have for this site. Of course, Alphashot had a very good defense of this site. The only defense that they won. Bringing along some different operators, however. They're going to bring Jackal, Twitch, Maverick, Sledge. 4 completely different operators from their first attack. Maybe trying to change things up completely last minute in an attempt to throw everything they've got at this attacking team. They're going to switch on to the thermite. And it looks like a Capcan will be stuck by Curious. And there is a Twitch drone on pre-tax, but with no IQ, without careful drone work, and watching where you step, these attackers might be put at a significant disadvantage if they are hit by these Capcan traps. So we'll see if it's popular to reinforce this wall at all, or if they just leave it completely alone, as defending teams are very fond of doing, apparently. They will start to reinforce it. Cloud9 will, as one Twitch drone is lost. Not a terrific start for the defenders. Or for the attackers, sorry. That was pre-tax, bringing his Twitch drone into the building before the round starts. We're going to have, once again, heavy vertical play. However, it looks like Vintage will be the only one playing on site. So that'll be a little bit, Affiliates will rotate back down. I was going to say, you don't want just the smoke playing on site. This is a big bomb site. He will finish off reinforcing that wall. See, it's attackers trying, opening up some angles of their own. Oh, Snap is already in CCTV. Very good work from Alphashot so far with their quick entry. They're able to set up their drones in a way that allows them to get a very quick entry into the building. However, the issue... Oh, snap! Being downed from a vertical angle. Very nice one. In fact, being played by the smoke. So you can see it right there as Juicies will take out Ploxy. Here's the issue with that, is that you give the defenders... There is time enough for the defenders as you finish droning out during the prep phase. You're running towards the building. That's enough time for the defenders to reposition themselves, and you don't know exactly where they are. Juicy's able to take out the Maverick early. That's quite a bit of utility lost on him. Cloud9, Vintage still holding his nice vertical angles. And Legion losing some health from the main door. They do have Diffuser down, actually. It's a nice job there by Alphashot. Oh, playing Ring Around the Rosie is Juicy's. Juicy's will get a frag onto the Ash of Oh Snap. The Thermite will be down. Pretax will refrag onto Curious, being allowed to pick up his teammate now, unless he is flanked from behind. That was Juicy's. Juicy's looking for some more kills this round. He's got 2 so far. See if he can snag any more playing inside of offices. The attackers setting themselves up for this vertical take still, although they've lost so much manpower through it. They're gonna shift their attention back downstairs. Riot's still gonna stay upstairs, putting pressure on these defenders. However, the defenders don't really, with the exception of Cloud9, there's not a lot of pressure onto the Jaeger, and a lot of time is being wasted by the Legion and the Jaeger. Peeking a little bit and losing some health is the Sledge. As one smoke canister comes out, peek at the wrong time, the Sledge will have to back off. He's just going to have to leave Cloud9 alone. One smoke grenade coming out from Vintage. Riot's still going to be playing this. They still don't have the diffuser as Juicy's will take out Pretax. Juicy's assuming that there are more attackers coming from there, but they are not. The attackers, I don't know where they are. Relevant, they're going to play for frags as Vintage will get the kill onto Relevant, and Riot with 4 seconds left might be able to get a kill onto the Jaeger, but that will be the game. Intoxicated Esports taking home the victory here on Border, locking it out over Alphashot. Good game to both teams. Juicy's the top fragger for his team with 12 kills. Again, locking that one out here on Border. Was the second stream for Friday night. We will be back Monday night at 9 for the beginning of Week 3. Again, watch the Instagram page and the Twitter feed for clips. You can check both of those out in the info tab on our Twitch channel. If you are watching this on YouTube, hey, go follow our Twitch channel. Hit that little notification bell and be notified every single time we are streaming our schedule. Monday at 9, Wednesday at 9, and Friday at 10. However, today we had a special 8:30 and 10 o'clock double stream. So maybe follow our Twitter, follow our Instagram, get updates on when we're doing all of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again to the Salty Gamers for sponsoring this season of the Rainbow Six Pro League on Xbox. Once again, the #1 spot for competitive Rainbow Six Esports on the Xbox One. I've been your host, Jonathan Johnny Streams Ross. Thank you all for coming. We will see you Monday for Week 3 here on the Rainbow Six Pro League Xbox.